Shabbat Shalom. Try it. Shabbat Shalom. Julie's mother is here. Hello. Shabbat Shalom. Our spiritual leaders, Jose and Julie. Shabbat Shalom. My good friend and our very special guest. Hello to Refion. Nice to see you. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Umevorach. Shabbat Shalom. 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 Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much, Lior. How wonderful to see all of your sweet faces. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome if this is your first time joining us for a Shabbat service with Chochmat HaLev. Thank you if you've been here every single week since we pivoted to be connecting through the interwebs or however it works. We're so glad that you're here, and we hope that this next hour is the very beginning of 25 hours of a time of disconnecting, a time of opening up to the peace and the refilling of your own well, the time for imagining and dreaming the world that we want to be living in. So welcome. And as Lior said, so I'm Julie Batts.
I'm Joe Singer.
And we're the Congregational Leaders of Chochmat HaLev. Lior, who just welcomed us, as our music director. And in addition, we'd like to extend a special welcome to Reverend Theon, who's going to be sharing his teaching with us later in our service. Welcome. We're so glad you're here.
So it's become our practice at Chochmat HaLev in this new format of digital services to take advantage of the chat. So if you're new to Zoom, down at the bottom of your screen there should be a little cartoon bubble that says chat. And if you click on that, and you can type in, you can type and share certain things with the whole community. And what we are inviting you to do as we move into our prayer time is to dedicate your prayers tonight to someone or something that you want to send this energy to. So it might be a teacher or a friend, or it might be somebody who needs a little extra energy because they're not well, or it could be somebody who has passed on, or somebody who is inspiring you this week. But we encourage you to offer a dedication so that we're always using our spiritual time in a way that is not just for us, but is for those all around us, for extending our prayers directly into the world through our intentions. So beautiful. So to David, whose birthday is today, happy birthday, David. Wow, that's great. And to all the brave people who are standing up for social justice, for friends, for all who are in need of healing and comfort and support, for people who are struggling with illnesses, for other birthdays, for all the peaceful protesters, for George Floyd. Beautiful. So just keep those dedications coming while we light the candles of Shabbat. If you're going to join us in lighting, you might want to grab your matches and your candles. That's great. We are going to invite you to stand or rise in body or in spirit to bring this light of Shabbat in. And this week, I especially want to bring that light into our own souls so that we might illuminate what's in there, and we might come to know better what our unique role is in bringing about a time of justice and equality and healing and dignity for all human beings. I'll just bring that light deep inside. Maybe take a handful or two and throw it out into the world. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. May the one who has blessed this universe with light and illumination and clarity and vision be with us as we enter into the sacred time of Shabbat, and may we carry that light with us into this time of reflection and peace and wholeness. And let us all say, Amen.
Amen.
This week's Torah portion includes one of the more familiar parts of our liturgy, something that we share with our Christian brothers and sisters and siblings, and that is the priestly benediction. And so we thought we would start the service with that blessing.
Also in the chat, you're going to be seeing the transliteration and translation of the different prayers and songs that we're offering tonight. So if you're looking for words, that's where you're going to find them. Yivrechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha ken yehi ratzon Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka ken yehi ratzon Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yisam lecha shalom. May God bless and keep you, friends, and shine a light upon you. And may the garden of this life you tend bring forth graciousness and peace. The road is long and the journey it can be so hard, and no one's strong enough to travel it alone. May it be a blessing and be blessed by everyone who knows you. and may you always do your best to serve with love.
It's hard to sing after a song that Joe's composed. It's a beautiful song. We're inviting the angels of peace, the angels of Shabbat, the angels of connection and comfort, the angels of the guardians. We are inviting our friends and families, our allies to be here together in this time of confusion and cacophony and grief. We're inviting each other to open our hearts and stay together. With Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Shalom, we are at Chochmat HaLev, creating a home for all of us and whoever who needs a home. Our hearts are open. We're singing today from our circle to the whole wide world. You know this one, it goes like this. Oh, we're calling you home. We are calling you home. We are calling you home. Let's sing it together. Oh, we're calling you home. We are calling you home. We are calling you home. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. Malachei Shalom. Malachei בואכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. We're calling you home, we're calling you home. Oh, we're calling you home. We're calling you home. We're calling you home. Oh, we're calling you home. We're calling you home. We are calling you home. ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום. ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום. מלאכי עליון, צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. We're calling you home. Oh, we're calling you home. We're calling you home. We are calling you home. Tell somebody, tell somebody. Oh, we're calling you home. We're calling you home. We're calling you home. Oh, we're calling you home. We're calling you home. when Jost, Julie, and I were thinking which songs, which prayers, which words to speak today in this time of so many things going on. One of the things we thought about is Kol ha'olam kulo hu gesher tzar me'od. The whole wide world is a very narrow bridge, and the most important thing of all is to have no fear at all. And this combination of singing a song that invites no fear with your whole community, with your friends and your family, is for me kind of a recipe how to go through these times. So it's an invitation to join me. I'll sing it in Hebrew and in English. And it's such a simple, the words are so simple and so complicated at the same time. So we invite you to make up your own interpretation to the whole wide world is a very narrow bridge. And and the most important thing of all is to have no fear at all. See if you can find your own way into this beautiful prayer. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. Kol ha'olam kulo hu gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. There comes the English part. The whole wide world is a very narrow bridge, very narrow bridge, very narrow bridge. The whole wide world is a very narrow bridge, very narrow bridge. Ve'ha'ikar, 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 שלא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר, והעיקר, שלא לפחד כלל. The most important thing, and the most important thing of all is to have no fear. Have no fear at all, and the most important thing of all is to have no fear at all. Kol ha'olam kulo hu gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od, gesher tzar me'od. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od, hu gesher tzar me'od. והעיקר, 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 שלא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל. והעיקר, והעיקר, שלא לפחד כלל. Wide world is a very narrow bridge. It's a very narrow bridge, very narrow bridge. The whole wide world is a very narrow bridge, very narrow bridge. And the most important thing of all is to have no fear, have no fear at all. And the most important thing of all is to have no fear, have no fear at all. גשר צר מאוד, גשר צר מאוד, לא לפחד כלל. I invite you just to put your hand on your heart just for a minute, just to ground yourself. We are about to welcome the Shabbat with Lecha Dodi as an invitation to renewal and newness and just a feeling of fresh air with friends, with family, and also just Shabbat is an invitation to go inward, to turn everything off, to stay connected to your heart. So see if you can make a wish for this Shabbat. What do you wish for? What are you inviting for this Shabbat? Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. Sing with me. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. Let's sing a nigun for Shabbat. Hi da 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 da. Hi la 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 la. Hi la 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 la. Hi la 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 la. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. ניגון של שבת. היי די 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 די. היי די 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 די. היי די 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 די. היי די 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 די. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי שבת שלום סוזן לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה בואי חלה בואי 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 חלה בואי חלה בואי חלה בואי חלה. like to invite the spirit of Shabbat with, if you're able and if you can, to open a window, open a door, let some fresh air in, even if it's just a little crack. Open a door or a window and come back to us. Let some fresh air in, the fresh air of Shabbat. Also as a metaphor of opening our hearts, our being. Boi chala, boi chala, boi chala, boi chala. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I am so happy and thrilled and excited. And before I introduce my good friend, I'll tell you a story first of how we met. Before the Corona started, I used to go to a place in Oakland to play music and drum with this wonderful group of elders. And one of those women in that group, his name is Sadie Williams, and she's here with us today. She's using her phone from her retirement home. And she is this 97 years old amazing force of, she has more energy than all the people I know together. She's the sweetest, I think if you know her, you can agree. And one day she said, you have to come to my church. You have to come to my church. Come see it. You're going to love it. And I'm like, I grew up in Israel. Church was never my thing so much. She said, no, you got to come. Yeah. So of course I came and I completely fell in love with this beautiful church in Oakland. And I met this beautiful human being. And I'm so honored to have him here with us today. And we've been singing together and drumming together and dancing together and praying together a few times. So I'm so honored to have Rev. Dr. Theon Johnson III with us today. Such a privilege and an honor to have you with us. Welcome.
Thank you so very much. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Grace and peace are yours, available to each of you on this Sabbath. What a joy to celebrate the ties that bind us together in hope, especially in these uncertain moments. I give thanks for this opportunity and have made aware to wonderful spiritual leaders just how deeply grateful I am for the invitation that a first engagement with the community would be to share. Typically, I like to sit and to sing and to, take dancing lessons. Oh my goodness, from some of those among us who move with the music and with the spirit. I'm deeply grateful for this sense of home that I feel even now. At home in my own body, but also at home in this community of faith. Dr. Walter Brueggemann has spoken so eloquently about how we all understand the gift of Sabbath. Ultimately, how Sabbath, Dr. Brueggemann shares, is resistance. Resistance from the temptation to believe that we are more than who we are. Resistance from the temptation to be more than what others have sought to place upon us to be in this moment. How Sabbath ultimately invites us to steer away from the temptation of multitasking, to drive to be more than what we are, to control more than what we can in one given moment. In these moments, I invite you with me to breathe deeply. Just go ahead right where you are. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Finally, one more time, take one more deep breath in and hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Sigh it out through your mouth. May your breath be for you in these moments a prayer to the one, the Holy One, who holds us even now and invites us more fully, more closely, more nearly into community. Amen. as shared by my dear friend Lior, for whom I'm deeply grateful. My name is, you can call me Theon, TJ3, Pastor, Reverend, hey guy with the collar on. All of them are fine. My one moniker, and I've shared with Lior as well as with the absolutely amazing Joseph and Julie, is that my one requirement with regards to naming is this: I want to be called whatever creates the smallest barrier between you and I. And so whatever that might be is how I invite you to call me, to know me, as we seek to be known more fully by one another. The teaching reflection for these moments arguably is quite familiar. Words that come from the minor prophet with a major message, especially for times like these. Recorded in the 6th chapter from Micah, we hear these words around verse 8. You've been told, mortal, what is good? What does God require of you but to do justice, love kindness, and to walk humbly? These words, I imagine, are words that many of you know quite intimately. Am I right or am I right? I'm not in gallery view, so if you can give a thumbs up, a little clap with the reactions or something. Yeah. Words that we might quite know, we perhaps have committed to heart. Words that might even cause us to say, yeah, I got it. I already know that. I've got a postdoc in Micah 6:8. I've got the certificate and I've walked away with all of the bells and whistles. So I'm an expert in this particular passage of scripture. And yet, these words are arguably more timely now than ever. I celebrate the ties that bind us, as mentioned, and want to offer as a point of connection just the gravity of these moments and how this text can ground us as we seek to be those who inherit them well some 28 so centuries later. There are so many within both the Jewish community and the extended communities of faith within the Abrahamic traditions, within the Christian community, who have supported, have stood alongside one another, have walked and marched and pleaded, advocated for the work of God's justice. In fact, I am uncertain if you may know, but statistically, Jews were arguably the most involved group in most of the civil rights movement. Did you know that? I imagine perhaps you may. Just in case you didn't, if you think about the work that has happened from the early moments of the civil rights movement, from the CORE group and SCLC, from SNCC, all of these organizations that sought to enact justice in America, so many of those young adult leaders and clergy, rabbis, sought to walk hand in hand for the sake of justice for those whose center of existence was on the margins. I think about my own home, which is the state of Mississippi. I'm a transplant into the Bay Area. And I think about those who fell victim. Andrew Gutman, Michael Schwerner, both Jewish, who just in 16 days, we will approach the 56th anniversary of their succumbing to the terror of injustice in Philadelphia, Mississippi, just 25 miles from my home. There's so many who we can call upon. Of course, the very famous Rabbi Heschel, right? Crossing the bridge with Martin King Jr. saying, when I was kind of marching across that bridge, I felt as if my feet were praying. There's something that's powerful about the capacity of putting to task the work that is inerrant within the life of and inherent within the life of the scripture. No different from the circumstances which help to shape these events that we see within chapter 6 are the realities into which the prophet Micah chose to shine a prophetic light. Micah's prophetic career began at a time after a long period of peace. Israel, Judah, other nations in that region were feeling the kind of social and political pressures from an ever-expanding empire. They were feeling the sting of kind of internationalism and immigrants kind of coming in, and all of these powers that are at work in the world trying to bring forth a might that is coming alive through military presences. The Assyrian attacks on Israel probably led to the influence of, the exile of folks from those who were in, and now Siri's wanting to chime in with me. Thank you, Siri. I'm going to hold off on you. Exiles into Judah, the southern kingdom, which kind of further complicated the social, political, and economic realities of the communities. Folks were afraid. That's what I'm trying to say. Life was uncertain. The people were looking for answers, and it was into this context that not only was a divine judgment called in the form of a trial, but came and asked just before verse 8. And you will find that in these words that come with a question asked to God, beginning in verse 6. With what shall we come before God? Bow ourselves on high. This question, timely and relevant. Essentially, they're asking, what do you want from us? How are we to orient ourselves in this way? And the people receive a response from the prophet that trumps what had been believed to be what God deemed desirable. Turns out, according to the prophet, not my words, turns out that offerings and sacrifices of the people wasn't quite as central as some may have imagined. Turns out that connections to and kind of open proclamation and religiosity wasn't what was trending at the top of the divine checklist. Music wasn't the problem. We've been led well. Amen. Sacrifices weren't the problem. It turns out that the divine simply wanted justice, mercy, and humility. And in that sense, the divine required them, that verb deresh, having affectionate undertones like a child, requiring the love of a parent, the underpinnings of a vitality. So much so that when we look at that passage in verse 8, what does the Lord require of you? It's requiring in the sense like a child requiring love of a parent. And what the divine requires is that we live our lives justly, that we engage in humility, that we are merciful. The Spirit of God yearns for these things. And so if there were a simple theme for the next few minutes, which are like 2 or 3, it would simply be, I'm going to borrow a phraseology from a commercial. You might know it. Nike had a commercial says what? Just do it. Just do it. Do what? Well, first, do justice. That mishpat. I love that word, right? Justice, as understood in this account, is more than a contractual arrangement or a retributive system. Mishpat justice is ensuring that everybody has what they need. And in that sense, the justice of the divine is inextricably linked to those to whom justice has been denied, right? The poor, the least, the last, the lost, those who have been written off as expendable, those whose center of existence is on the margins. Justice is about imagining another world where people share and all needs are met. And in that sense, we're able to love kindly, experiencing this covenantal love of the divine instructing us to care for one another as God cares for us. Simply put, if we love chesed, we will do justice. They go hand in hand. Yes, we ought to be in the business of saving spirits, but also in the business of saving bodies. And in a time when so many bodies are being assaulted, literally are having COVID-19 isn't the only virus. Can I get a witness, somebody? That is literally taking the breath away from bodies. There's a virus of racism, a virus of sexism, a virus of heterosexism. All of these isms, ableism, you pick your ism, put it in there. All of these that seek to divide us are ones that we are invited to turn over for the sake of God's justice. I love how the prophet Amos put it. Says, not my words again, Amos chapter 5. He says, I despise festivals. Take no delight in solemn assemblies. Well, Amos was something else. Then winds up by saying, take away from me all of your songs, or I won't listen to the melody, but let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. Finally, walking humbly with God. I imagine that humility requires us ultimately to be alert before the divine and ultimately before one another, to be attentive to the clarion call towards justice and righteousness. True humility makes doing justice and loving kindness possible, such that when people are oppressed, we might think and act in such a way that we live our lives in ways that advance the causes for justice. My hope, my prayer in these unprecedented hours are that you might take the advice with which I led earlier. You've been breathing. You've been breathing this whole time, am I right? Everybody's still, kind of bio check, everybody's still breathing. Okay. You didn't require my invitation to breathe. It's a gift. The divine trusts you with your time. The question for you and for me is, how will we use our time well? May our time be used to advance justice, to love kindness, and to walk in appropriate smallness alongside each other. Amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Reverend Theon. It's always amazing to hear the echoes of wisdom in all spiritual traditions, and it's even more special to hear words that we might have known or learned in one context and to hear them from another, to bring new life to them and to take new inspiration from them. So thank you so much. This is another
Isaiah,
Another prophet.
Can't get enough of those prophets these days, my holy friends. Some of them were kind of pesky too.
And the prophets really came to both admonish us, to tell us the ways that we were falling down, that we weren't doing what we could, we weren't being the best people that we could, we weren't living in the best ways that we could, and we weren't doing enough to make the world the best that it could be. And they were also coming to share visions of possible futures. And this is a vision of the prophet Isaiah, who said, "My home is a home of prayer for all people." And Lior set this prayer to beautiful music, and it opens with the words Kadosh, 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 which means holy, sacred, set apart, and unique. The words are in the chat. Feel free to sing along. Kadosh, 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 Kadosh. Ki beiti hu beit tfilah l'chol ha'amim. 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 My home is a home of prayer for all people and all nations. My home is a home of prayer for all people and all nations. Our home is a home of prayer for all people and all nations. Our home is a home of prayer for all people and all nations. Kadosh,
Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh.
Inviting you, just if you're able, to put your feet on the ground, to put your hand on your heart, and to just, there's so many beautiful words that we all share today. The words of Jose and Julie, the words of Rev Theon, the energy of the music. So just take a moment to sit with everything and see if you could pick something from this time that we share together, like picking a flower, and take it with you for the rest of your Shabbat, and maybe for the rest of next week, and maybe for the rest of your life. There's something you want to take from this, from those words of wisdom. Just take a moment to be with 131 people. Attention and intention to the Shema prayer. All spiritual traditions are teaching us that if you dig deep enough inside yourself, you'll find a place of oneness. This is what this prayer is all about. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. If you have the custom of covering your eyes for this prayer, you're welcome to do that. If you just want to be with those precious words. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Havaya Achat, Shekhinah Achat, Adonai Echad. And for the depth of the oneness, we invite love with this next prayer that always comes together right after the Shema. Love upon love, love life, love God with all your heart, with all your being, with all your spirit, with every cell of your body. Sing it with me. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך, בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. Love upon love upon love. Let's try it. Love upon love upon love. Tell your neighbor. Love upon love upon love. Look at somebody and tell them. Love upon love upon love. Wherever you are. Love upon love upon love upon love upon love upon love upon love. 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 Let's hear the whole choir. Let's try it. Here we go. Love upon love upon love. 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 ואהבת אדוני אלוהיך את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך, בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. Last time we say love upon love upon love. Love upon love upon love. One last time. Love upon love upon love.
So much beauty, so much light, so many blessings that have been created in just a little under an hour. Hearts and spirits joined together. And it's always our task to, of course, fill up our own well. But once we've done that, it's our task to send every piece of positivity, every yearning for justice, every amount of love and goodness that we can into the world. And this is that moment in our service where we offer blessings for healing, healing of the mind and the body and the spirit. You may be in need of this blessing. You may be thinking of somebody who is suffering. You may be thinking about the brokenness that exists in our world. And I have to believe that together, all of our healing intentions will have an impact, will bring some ease, will bring some hope. And so let's send a little light out into the world. We're sending you light to heal you and hold you. We're sending you light to hold you in love. Sending you light to heal you and hold you. Sending you light to hold you in love. Elna Rafanala. Elna Rafanala. Please heal this one. Elna Rafanala. Elna Rafanala. Elna Rafanala. We ask for a full and complete healing and refuah shlema. Refuah shlema. Refuah shlema. We're sending you light. We're sending you Refuah shlema. Refuah shlema. May we and they soon know a time of full and complete healing. And let us say Amen.
Amen. So our thoughts turn to those who have died, those whose lives have touched us, have shaped us, have informed us, have challenged us, have moved us. That might be someone that you loved very dearly and was very close to you, or it may be in these times nameless people whose deaths are affecting the way that we feel. Both the devastating loss worldwide of all the people who have perished because of COVID, and more closely, the deaths of those people who have been brutalized by the ones who were tasked to protect them. And what that means to all of us, and what that means to how we're going to go forward, if we're going to go forward. There was a teaching in the Talmud that said that one who can protest in their own home but does not is responsible for what goes on in their home. And one who can protest in their town but does not is responsible for what goes on in their town. And that someone who has the ability, who can protest the wrongdoings of their world, and who does not is responsible for the wrongdoings in the whole world. That's how deeply our rabbis understand our power. The power of a single human life. Now, you might not think you're so powerful. You might not feel very powerful. But our tradition holds that you are powerful. And who you are matters. And nowhere does that come more sharply into focus than around the Mourner's Kaddish, the praise poem that we offer on behalf of those who have died. It is a recognition that their lives were powerful, that they touched us, that they changed us, that they shaped us, that they informed us, and that they can continue to express and vibrate and resonate and reverberate through us. So one thing you can do right here, right now, is step into a place of praise on behalf of someone who is no longer here to praise the beauty and the delights and the wonders and the miracles of this life. I know Eli Rohn reached out earlier to me to take a moment to remember his mother who passed away 7 years ago. So we want to give you all the opportunity to put the names of those folks for whom you are offering this Kaddish in the chat so that we can bring their names. And maybe if you've got a second to just put who they were to you, a teacher, a beloved, a challenger, maybe even an enemy, but someone that you learned from, and to share that relationship in brief with us. We're remembering Shirley Kimmel, who passed away, a member of our congregation just a few weeks ago. Of course, we're thinking about George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery and Tony McDade and Breonna Taylor and so many other people whose lives were incredibly ordinary until their deaths, and whose names we now know. May we be moved by the importance of a single, seemingly inconsequential life and know how important they actually are. Mourner's Kaddish comes along to invite us to praise. So take a moment and think about whoever you might be offering this for, and what is that thing that you are praising on their behalf. To just draw that into your heart and your mind's eye. And if it is your practice to rise with the mourners, we invite you to do so either in body or in spirit. The Mourner's Kaddish will come up on your screen. Thank you, everyone who is sharing your memories with us. Thank you so much for bringing their names into our congregation tonight. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach yorute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon uvyomechon. ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו
Amen.
אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה והחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yishmael v'al kol Yoshvei Tevel v'imru Amen.
Amen.
May the one who has created wholeness all around us inspire us, be patient with us, nudge us to bring wholeness and peace into our families, into our communities, and into the whole world, speedily and soon. And let us say, Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Again, I want to offer our deep thanks, our deep gratitude to Reverend Theon for being with us, for reaching to us, and we look forward to continuing to get to know you better and to reaching back and to getting to know your community as well. Thank you, Lior, for your big heart, your beautiful music. Thank you for creating this holy container with us. Thank you to our Zoom wizard, Steve, who helps us make this all possible. And thank you to Dorit, our executive director, who is keeping the virtual doors open of our community. Thanks, everybody. I wanted to remind folks with little ones that our Tat Shabbat, it's first Friday, and Tat Shabbat begins at 6 o'clock. There'll be a link in the chat, and you can also always find that information on our website. So Tat Shabbat tonight at 6 on Zoom. One piece of terrific information to share, which is that in our recent fundraising effort, our matching grant from an anonymous donor was not only matched but exceeded. So thank you. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to those of you who may be just joining us for the first time for these services. Thank you to our members who sustain us throughout the entire year. All of your help, all of your donations, large and small, are so appreciated. Thank you. And just as a final note, we've also posted in the chat the contact information for Reverend Theon and the Downs Memorial United Methodist Church. If you'd like to know more about the Reverend's community, if you'd like to support the work that he's doing there, that information is in the chat as well. I think Lior is going to sing us out with a contemporary benediction. Wishing y'all Shabbat Shalom and love.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hi, everybody. I also just noticing that Sadie wants to say hello. Hello, Sadie. This is a Sadie who connected us with Dr. Theon Johnson. Are you there, Sadie? Maybe not. Maybe.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Say hello to 115 people.
Oh my God, what a blessing this has been. Thank you so much, Leo, for bringing me into this beautiful service.
And thank you for connecting us to this beautiful church.
Thank my wonderful pastor. I just love him. And I love all of you. And I ask the Creator's blessing upon all of us. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sadie. We're singing, go in peace, go in kindness, go in love, go in faith, leave the day behind us, the day is done, go in grace. Let us go into the dark, not afraid, no, no, not afraid. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. לך לשלום, לך בחסד, לך באהבה, באמונה, אשר את היום מאחוריך, ולך לשלום, לך לשלום. בואו נלך אל תוך הלילה, לא לבד, לא לבד, ומי ייתן וגם הלילה אגיע הביתה בביתך. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Go in peace, go in kindness, go in love, let's go in faith. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Thank you, Rev Theon. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, Chochmat HaLev community. We will meet next week, Friday at 4:30. La la la, la 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 la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la 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 la, safely to arrive at home.
Thank you.
Shabbat.
Love you all. Shabbat
Big
shalom.
love.
Shabbat shalom.
Sweet Shabbos.
Good.
All blessings.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shabbos. Shabbat shalom.
Blessings.
Shabbat shalom, Mom. Shabbat shalom, Mom.
Shabbat shalom.
Love you.
Shabbos.
Shabbos,
you.
everybody.
Shabbos.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Oh,
shalom.
look, there's their puppy.
Oh, puppy. Take good care. Take good
Oh, how cute. Hi.
Shabbat shalom, Binya.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbos.
Shabbat shalom, Bonnie. Shabbat shalom, Mike.
Shabbos.
Shalom.
Be well, everyone. Take care.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Friends
shalom.
far and near.
Hey, Sari. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Sarah.
Shabbat shalom, y'all.
Alice,
Take care.
Shabbat shalom on the other side of
shalom.
the country.
Bye, Blue.
Shalom, Lou. Yeah.
Shabbat Shalom, T-Rex.
Shabbat Shalom, Zaya.
Blessings, y'all.